Mark, a 0-0 draw here with Cheltenham Town and Forest Green reduced to 10 men into the second half. How do you sum that one up?
What, the sending off? Or the game?
The game.
Difficult conditions with the wind and the rain, and so yeah, there wasn't a lot of quality in the game. I thought that there was too many stoppages, too many whistles, too many flags, and it stopped the game getting any flow to it. So it's one of those local derby, cancelled each other out, and then we had to play the last 20 minutes, was it? With 10 men, which we did quite comfortably.
And it really felt like, not for the want of trying, but your side weren't able to get going and play the football they wanted to.
I didn't think we were that bad. I thought the boys competed well. I thought we had some passages of play that were competent. We had some spells, especially with 10 men, where we looked as though we got free kicks and put dangerous balls in. Aaron Collins had one little run and just put it over. Odin Bailey free kick that keepers tipped onto the bar. So yeah, I was happy with the performance in terms of the desire and commitment. Take the point, move on. And 2 clean sheets in a row against 2 top sides as well. That must be a real positive to take as well. Of course it is. If you're not conceding goals, you're always going to get something out of the game. So we just need to find that combination at the other end of the pitch that can unlock defences more than we are at the minute. You know, everyone's getting a go. We're just wanting someone to nail down that of scoring sort of 15, 20 goals. And still sitting pretty in the top 3. Obviously a bit of a sticky patch for, it seems, pretty much every team in the entire league at the moment. I mean, Newport lost today, for an example. What's that about? Do you think it's the time of the year, the lack of fans? I just think every game is the same in terms of, it doesn't really matter who you're playing. Everyone can beat everyone, and it's the teams that are more consistent that will prevail. And can't really fault our consistency. Yes, we should be winning more games, but we're not losing lots. And Salford lost today, Morecambe lost today. We've picked a point up, so let's keep going. Let's be really positive, everybody, and get behind the players. So I thought they put a great shift in today. And we will move now on to that sending off of Ebou Adams. Second yellow midway through the second half. Didn't look like that from where I'm sat, as much as I try and stay away from it. I think when you see it back, Ebou's won the ball and got there quite a long time before their lad. But as he goes to clear it, Ebou slips, and their lad waits for Ebou to fall into him. But there's no foul, there's no dangerous, because Ebou's facing away from their player. If you're going to send Ebou off, you have to send the centre half off just after that. So that's why managers get a little bit upset, because there doesn't seem to be any consistency. But if that's the sending off, then we might as well all pack up and go home. And you mentioned there Boyle, of course, pulling back Jamil Matt on what I suppose you very much argue would be his second yellow card. Listen, I don't want to see players sent off or booked. I just want the game to flow, because I'm sure people are watching and want to watch a good game of football. So, but if we're going to send Ebou off, you have to send the other one off. And I think when you've got a game like this with the red card as the main talking point, it can be difficult to forget the fact that Cheltenham are right on your tail, and to get the point with 10 men, it is a fantastic credit to your side and the desire they showed, particularly in the last 20 minutes. I think it's easy to talk about what we haven't done and what we haven't produced today, but we want to talk about what we have done, and that's put in a real diligent show, a committed performance, refused to be beaten, and we take the point and move on. And a change of shape, not just this week, but last week at Leyton Orient as well. Something a little bit different, and something that seems to have worked. Yeah, we've just blocked the channels up a little bit so that we don't get done on the outside and 1v1s on the outside of the pitch. And in possession it's a back 3. Out of possession it's a back 4. So it's within 2 or 3 seconds or 5 yards. It's the same system, but nothing's really changed in how we're trying to play. And finally, from me, a word on Odin Bailey. Obviously came on in the second half and then came off. What was the thinking behind that one? Just had to put people in square pegs in square holes, just to try and keep our shape and make sure we got something out of the game. I spoke to Odin, upset. He should be upset, but we had to make a change. So is that a frustrating one for you as a manager, having to make a decision like that and knowing it's not going to be a good one for your player? Yeah, we had to put another midfield player on to replace Ebou. So one of the forward players had to come off, and I just thought that with Cadden's pace and Azza's pace, we weren't really going to get owed in on the ball as much. So listen, his time will come again.
And you've got another trip against another of the tough sides. It feels like you've got a real run of fixtures at the moment. Carlisle away on a Tuesday night yet again. Did it twice last season, and you're going again. That's
it. It's but like I say, every game feels like the same. There's like, without the crowds, it's totally different. And anybody can beat anybody. We just have to turn up on the day and make sure we're really at it and focused to play the game.
And it's a long trip, but I suppose that gives you time to get the players prepared, and you'll be ready for battle when the first whistle blows.
We'll be ready, of course. It's a long way, it's a trip, but we'll be ready for something.